What are you yelling about? What's the matter?
Stick up!
Where?
What's the matter with you two?
Hey, we just saw a holdup.
What hold up? Where?
Oh, right on the street. That's him. Yeah, that's the guy that was held up.
Hey, you. Come back here.
Are you calling me?
Yeah, you. Were you just held up?
Held up? I? There must be some mistake, officer.
That's what I thought. These two...
That's him.
Tell him what you just told me.
Oh, my pal, we just saw you right on the street. There was another guy with a gun, and he was going through your pockets.
Well, I do not know whether it is the fog or the grog, but I was not robbed.
How do you like that? Officer, saw my own eyes. Yeah, me too. You had your hands up, and the guy...
I ought to run the two of you in for creating a disturbance.
My card, officer. I have been conducting my business in this neighborhood for many years.
Sure, you got an eyeglass store on O'Farrell Street.
Optician shop. I am an oculist. And I think these men should have their eyes examined, or perhaps their heads.
Quiet.
Does this look as if I had been robbed?
Wow.
Officer, I tell you, I saw him. Yeah.
If you don't mind, officer, I have an appointment.
Sure, go ahead, Dr. Decker. Sorry to trouble you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Doc.
Good night, gentlemen.
Why, he
Now
can't
beat it,
get
you
away.
two, before I throw the both of you in the clink.
Okay, officer, I'll take care of my pal.
You saw what I saw.
Let's get out of here.
Yes? What is it?
There wasn't anyone out front. Are you the oculist?
Didn't you see the bell?
No. I broke a lens. Could you replace it?
Yes, I think so. Follow me, please. Sit here, please. Remove your hat. When and by whom were your eyes last examined?
1 year and 3 months ago. Emil Heinschloss of Chicago was the oculist. My name is Marlowe, Victor Marlowe.
Oh, yes. Oh, my records are not available at the moment. However, I know Dr. Heinschloss, and I'm sure I can fill his prescription.
Thank you. Good vision is very necessary in my work.
Yes.
OD +1, -50, axis 180. Right here, Doctor?
Right. Now the left side.
That should be OS +1, 25 -1, axis 180.
Correct. Now this one. Just to make certain.
I'm glad you don't take chances, Doctor. -750 OD.
Well, now, Herr Marlowe, now that we know each other, what is your assignment, San Francisco?
I don't know yet. My instructions are in code. You'll have to decipher them.
Herr Marlowe, I'm very embarrassed.
Why?
Just 1 hour ago, on my way back here to keep this appointment, a Waterfront thug held me up. He robbed me of the book that I need to decode your instructions.
You know what this means here, Doctor?
Yeah, I'm fully aware of it. But there was absolutely nothing I could do about it.
Haven't you another copy of our code?
No, it was the new book that arrived 2 weeks ago.
It might take 6 months to get another one from Europe. I don't know how we can explain this here, Doctor. I travel 3,000 miles and this happens.
I realize we are all in jeopardy. I'm sure the robbery was arranged by someone who knew I carried that book with me at all times.
We've got to act quickly. The man who took this book from you, had you ever seen him before?
No, he was definitely a Waterfront character. I'm sure I would recognize him if I ever saw him again.
Was there anything else in the book besides the code dictionary?
Yes, the names of every West Coast operator.
Evidence of that kind. In the wrong hands here, Doctor. It might mean that...
The firing squad for a lot of us. We must find it. I think I have an idea where to look. Come. It is so late, you better stay in a hotel tonight. Tomorrow I will send you where you can live indefinitely and be less conspicuous.
Yes?
There is a woman, Emma Hauser. She runs a boarding house not far from here.
This Hauser woman, is she one of us?
No. But her daughter is private secretary to one of our men, Max Kramer, ship's underwriter. The girl, however, is absolutely unaware of his other activities. This Kramer, as a matter of fact, is a man who... Oh, wait. Here is a report I recently received concerning Miss Hauser's relatives in Germany. You may use that report if persuasion is necessary.
Hey, Butch,
Yeah, Maisie.
give me a couple of beers, will ya?
Coming up. Yeah.
Hey, take 'em back.
What's the matter?
Well, there's no head on 'em.
Yeah, just like the rest of your family.
Don't you think we waited long enough? Why don't we go in?
Somebody in there might know me. 9, we will wait just a little longer. There he is now. There's the man that helped me up.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. I will leave you here. I guess you can handle it alone.
Yes, I always work alone. Don't worry, Doctor. I'll bring the book back.
Good.
Business with you.
No, let it go. Let it go, I tell you.
Come in.
I suppose you've read this about Mertz?
It was a bad break, Kramer. And with the book almost in our hands.
Almost. You mean he didn't turn it over to you?
I thought you knew. Mertz was on his way here to meet me when it happened. Someone must have gotten wise. Because, well, that accident, it really wasn't an accident.
You're lying. I paid you to get that book. I've got to have it. Zimmerman, if you've double-crossed me...
You're out of your mind. What would I want with that book? I tell you, it was one of Decker's men that is responsible for the drowning. They must have waylaid Mertz, got the book and threw him off the pier.
How did they know it was Mertz?
Knowing Decker as well as you do, you ask a question like that.
I counted on you, Zimmerman. You can't realize what that code book means to me, to my family, innocent people in Germany.
Maybe things aren't really as bad as they seem.
Oh, no, not for you. You haven't got a family over there for the Gestapo to persecute.
It isn't too late. There is still a chance to get that book.
How?
Decker undoubtedly has it again. But he's more careful now. He wouldn't carry it with him. I know a safe blower coming around here, a man I can do business with.
All right, send for these men.
He's very expensive, cash in advance.
Never mind the cost.
Will you pay $2,000?
Yes, if necessary.
I'll get in touch with him right away.
And don't let Decker outsmart you this time.
Don't worry, I won't.
Morning, Frida. Kind of late, ain't you? Oh, I worked quite late again last night. Mr. Kramer's rushed with heaps of new policies. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning, darling. I've got some nice potato pancakes and sausages just for my baby.
You never give up trying, do you, Mother? I'll take the usual, black coffee and orange juice. Black coffee and orange juice? That sounds like a girl trying to get a husband. Or a job modeling. It's not modeling, Maisie. I'm the domestic type.
You don't have to lose weight for me, Frida.
And who asked you, my little canvas kisser? Oh, I don't know. I think Butch would make a good pin-up boy for somebody.
Do you see?
A pin-up boy?
Yeah.
He'd look better in the Rogues Gallery.
Good morning, Mrs. Hauser. Hello, honey.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Butch. Hi, Maisie.
Had your breakfast?
Oh, hours ago. Touch me. I've been in conference with the president of the Bay Shipping Company since 8:30.
Really? Well, tell me what happened. Come on, pin-up. Two's a company, four's a quartet, and you ain't no Sinatra. We'll be seeing ya, I hope.
Yeah, so long, Jerry. Be seeing you, Frida.
What you want me to do, burst with excitement? Tell me, what happened?
Well, honey, if I get the contract to outfit their new freighter, it will be goodbye Waterfront, hello Nob Hill.
Really? You mean it's that good?
Oh, it's better. Mr. Bronson himself told me that if I do a real job on the first freighter, I'll get a contract to do 6 more.
Jerry, I'm so happy for you. For both of us. Oh, heavens. I promised Mr. Kramer I'd be in at 10, and I'm a half hour late already.
Oh, my car's right out front. I'll get you there in a jiffy. Come on, I thought you were in a hurry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry.
Frau Hauser?
I'm Mrs. Hauser, yes.
Your place has been recommended to me. I'm looking for a room.
I'm sorry, but you see the sign out front. I have no vacancies. Maybe you could try...
I don't think you understand. I have news concerning your family in Germany.
It is good news, I hope. Come in, please. How's my mother? And Hans? Did you see him?
Your mother is in Leipzig, Königstrasse 28, if my memory is correct.
Oh, Königstrasse,
Did
yes.
I understand you to say you had no room for me here?
I'm all filled up, but maybe you
It seems
try...
very comfortable here, and I'm going to be in San Francisco for some time.
I would be so glad to talk with you for hours about my people over there. And if I had a room, I would be so happy to let you have it.
I'm sure you'll find room for me here. Your mother, Lena Schmidt, is not strong enough to live in a concentration camp.
Concentration camp? Who are you? What do you want?
You needn't worry about your mother going to a concentration camp so long as you cooperate with the Reich.
Nothing must happen to my people over there.
If you make room for me here, nothing will. But if you won't cooperate...
I have no room, I tell you. But I give you my own room and sleep in my daughter's.
That is better.
Good morning, Mr. Kramer.
Oh, good morning.
Sorry I'm late.
Well, that's all right. Maybe I shouldn't have kept you so late last night writing policies. How are you, Jerry?
If we're feeling any better, I'd need a doctor. You're looking well yourself.
Thank you.
He's an important ship's chandler now.
Yes, I heard some talk along the waterfront that you got the Bay Shipping Company's contract. My congratulations, Jerry.
Well, I haven't signed the contract as yet, but it's as good as in the bag.
I suppose I better start looking for a new secretary now?
That's right.
Not so fast. Wait till you deliver the goods and get paid.
Just like a woman, always being practical.
You're very fortunate, Jerry, finding somebody so practical like Frida.
I'm afraid he doesn't appreciate me. Yet.
Well, I think he does. By the way, Jerry, if you need any help in closing your deal, let me know. I've done a lot of business with the Bay Shipping people.
Thanks, I'll remember that. I'll see you at the house tonight, honey.
So long.
Hiya, Jerry.
Oh, great, Mike. Want a lift?
No, thanks. I'm still on duty.
What's new with the homicide squad?
Still seems to be plenty of excitement. Say, when are you and Frida getting married?
Well, we've decided to take the plunge, but when, I guess that's up to Frida. If I put over the deal I'm working on now, Mike, you can expect to be best man some Sunday afternoon that's not too far off.
Good luck.
Thanks, Mike. I'll be seeing you at the club.
Right.
Come to the Anchor Cafe at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Show this to no one and come alone. Take a table near the phone booth. The writer will greet you.
This I do not like.
Yeah. Somebody probably paid the writer of that note to hire Mertz. Now the middleman is trying to cut this man's throat. And mine, too.
You suspect somebody?
Could be any one of three. Schmidt, Vogel, or Kramer.
Why weren't they eliminated?
Because that is not always the best plan. Now about the book. I have already sent for them. Kramer should be here momentarily.
You're wasting a lot of valuable time.
Really? What kind of strategy would you suggest?
I'll tell you more about that in the morning. In the meantime, you better not do anything about that note till you hear from me. Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Doktor.
Why do you make me come here? I told you it wasn't safe for both of us.
I'm not interested in that. What I want to know is what you're up to.
What do you mean, up to?
I will get to the point quickly. A couple of nights ago, I was held up and robbed. But not for my money.
What did they want?
A certain book which only a few persons knew I carried. You are one of the few.
Yes, but Did they get it?
Yeah. Yeah. But the man who took it is now dead. The book is still missing.
But why tell me all this?
Because it is very vital to you that the book be found and returned.
To me?
It is your life as well as mine, Herr Kramer.
But I haven't seen the book, Doctor. So help me,
I got your message. What's wrong now?
Decker hasn't got it.
How'd you find out?
He sent for me. Actually accused me. Thought I had it. What's going on, Zimmerman?
Isn't it clear to you yet, Kramer, that Decker has it?
Then why did he send for me?
To find out whether you knew anything about it. Especially if you had any reason for wanting the book. That was a smart move on Decker's part.
Yeah, maybe you're right. He's a shrewd individual, Decker is. We got to beat him at his own game.
Don't worry, I know how to handle fellows like him.
My next move must be right, or we'll all end up in the morgue.
Mr. Kramer, what happened?
Somebody must have broken in here last night.
Oh. Well, I better phone the police.
No. I mean, that won't be necessary. There's no real damage done. Nothing of value is missing. Perhaps we won't be bothered by them again.
Well, whatever you say, only... Well, I better get this place cleaned up. You have some early appointments this morning.
Yeah.
Dr. Decker speaking. Hold the wire a moment, please. I do not believe you will have further trouble if you do bring them back. There's no charge.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
I paid a visit to our friends last night while you were talking with them, but found nothing.
I didn't think you would. I will keep the appointment myself tonight at the Anchor Cafe. I want results.
If you don't get them, you know where to find me.
I don't anticipate any trouble.
What do you have, mister?
Oh, glass of beer, please.
You may keep the change.
Yeah? Well, thanks.
Good evening, Doctor.
Are you the man who sent the note?
I'm the man you're going to do business with.
Very well, let us get down to business then.
Follow me, please. Be seated, please.
Never mind that, you know why I'm here.
Not so fast. There are one or two details which we must consider.
Naturally, what is the price?
I don't happen to have your book, but I know where it is. If I return it, the price for its return is $5,000 in cash.
Ridiculous.
Maybe, but the price is still $5,000.
Very well, I will try. Very well. Bring the book to my store at noon tomorrow. The money will be there.
That might provide a nice trap for me to fall into. No thanks, Doctor. I'll make the appointment. You come here tomorrow night with the cash, and I'll deliver the book.
How do I know this is not one of your tricks?
That's just it. You don't. But what can you do about it? Unless you suggest that I find another buyer for your book.
You can expect me tomorrow about this time.
With the cash and a loan.
Of course.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mr. Kramer, but...
Oh, that's all right, Jerry. Frida's out to lunch, but come on in,
Well, I wasn't looking for Frida. That is, I stopped in to talk with you.
Oh, what's on your mind?
It's about that Bay Shipping Company deal. You told me I could come to you if I needed help.
Yeah, that's right.
I have very little capital, so I plan to finance the deal by using their contract to make a loan at the bank. I thought that should be ample collateral.
Did the bank turn you down?
I didn't get that far. Bay Shipping won't issue the contract until I first post a cash bond guaranteeing completion of the job.
That's right. All the big contractors operate that way.
Well, I'm not a big contractor. Where would I get that kind of money?
Well, you might try a certain insurance underwriter, particularly if he happens to be your friend.
You mean you? Oh, gosh, Mr. Kramer, you don't know what this means.
Maybe I do. You meet me here Thursday night.
I couldn't begin to thank you, Mr. Kramer.
That's all right, Jerry. You run along now and be here Thursday, huh?
Thanks. Goodbye.
Mr. Marlowe, what are you doing here?
Nothing, just looking for something.
We'll find nothing here or anywhere else in this house.
You never can tell, Frau Hauser.
Mr. Marlowe, please go. This is my daughter's room.
Ah, that's what I'm looking for. A match.
Mr. Marlowe, as long as you stay in this house, I must ask you to remain in your own room.
I will do exactly as I please, Frau Hauser. Do you understand?
Mother, Jerry's picking me up in a few minutes. Will you... Oh, excuse me. Is there something wrong?
Oh, no. I was just showing Mr. Marlowe your room.
Yes, quite nice, Miss Hauser, but not as nice as a lovely girl like you deserves.
She's engaged to be married, Mr. Marlowe.
Yes, so I understand. I've been learning a lot of interesting things about you, Miss Hauser.
I showed Mr. Marlowe your pictures.
And I must go now. Good night, Mrs. Hauser. Good night, Miss Frida.
What goes on?
I don't know what you mean.
Why did you show that man our photographs?
Well, he seems to know all about our family in Germany.
Mother, I realize your friend Mr. Marlowe is interesting, but I don't like him.
Frida, I know what you mean. But don't worry, darling.
What do you want?
I've come for Dr. Decker's book.
I don't know you. I said I'll do business only with Dr. Decker. Where is he?
You can give me the book. Take your hands off that money. Where's the book?
Hey, not bad.
Thanks.
Here's the book. Nothing missing. What is this?
I'll ask the questions. Who hired you?
Nobody. Nobody.
Then how'd you get the book?
I don't know. Somebody gave it to me.
Who?
Mertz. A fellow who used to hang around here. He was drowned.
Who hired Mertz?
Nobody. He found it.
You're lying. The book was stolen from Dr. Decker. You know it.
I didn't steal it. I swear I didn't.
What did Mertz want with it?
I don't know. He said somebody would ask for it, but I tried to return it to Dr. Decker.
For $5,000.
I don't want the money or the book. Take them both.
I will when I get around to it. Whom did Mertz want to give it to?
I don't know. He said somebody would call for it.
Who?
Max. Max.
Kramer?
Yes. Max Kramer.
Now we're getting somewhere. What did Kramer want with it?
I don't know. He never told me.
Did he want to give it to the authorities?
Yes. That's it. He did.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you. Anything missing?
Nine. I think I have the puzzle pretty well pieced together now. Thanks to Zimmerman's greed.
In that case, it might be well for us to pay Herr Kramer a little visit.
Yeah, I was getting around to that. You are not to see him, though, until I give you the word. Meanwhile, stay quiet, keep your eyes open. Yeah. Now I can decipher your instructions. I have the papers right here.
Getting that book back has saved us a lot of embarrassment here, Doctor.
Yeah. I am indeed grateful for your efficiency. Oh, you probably know, Herr Marlowe, it is the rule for me to decode messages alone.
Well, if you insist, Herr Doctor, I'll just walk down to the corner cafe and get a little something for my nerves.
I know you are anxious to ascertain your assignment here. I will have this ready in a few minutes.
Oh, by the way, there's no need in my carrying this money around.
Why, you didn't.
I have only one way of doing business with extortionists.
You are an idiot, Marlowe. Someday the Gestapo will learn that you are not an asset to the work we are doing.
I've saved you $5,000. And remember, dead men don't talk.
Of course they don't, but clues do. Only a fool underestimates the American police.
Calm yourself and decipher my instructions.
Remember orders on the West Coast. I won't cooperate with you on this assignment, whatever it is.
I was sent here, Herr Doctor, to do a certain job. And I intend to do it with or without your cooperation.
And when the newspaper headlines start playing up Zimmerman's murder, the best thing we can do is to remain as inactive as possible.
What you need is a drink. I'll bring something back for you.
What I need are men whose brains are not in the muzzle of an automatic.
What do you make of it, Mike?
Well, if we can believe what we see, the modus robbery. The bartender and the girl say that Zimmerman used to keep a lot of cash in the safe. Well, there's none there now.
Whoever pulled this job left nothing for us to go on.
Wait a minute. I got an idea. Supposing one of us pulled this job and went undercover. What's the first thing you'd want to know?
Who the cops have a line on.
Exactly. And you'd either get a tip-off on the grapevine or read about it in the newspaper. But let's say you didn't get that tip-off. There was none to give. Nobody knew that the guy you bumped off was even dead. Then what?
For me, I'd probably go crazy wondering what happened.
Of course you would. And you'd come right back here hoping to get some lowdown on it.
It listens great, except for one thing. How do we keep the murder out of the news?
Hey, if you're worried about us, we got awful short memories.
Yeah. I ain't seen nothing, and I know from Les.
You said it.
You're a bright girl, Maisie. Now let's see you two walk out of here as if nothing had ever happened. And stay that way a couple of days.
Yeah, sure.
Go on.
Extra Big Allied Pacific Mail Victory. Extra, extra.
Good morning, Starboy.
Yes, sir. Change.
Extra,
The latest
extra.
paper?
Yes, sir. This and the Eagle.
Give me the Eagle.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I want 2 men assigned to the Anchor Cafe on a 24-hour shift.
But, Mike, 24-hour shifts are pretty rough. The place is only open 12 hours a day.
I think the killer will show up there. Now stay on the job. I want to report on everyone that comes to see Zimmerman and all telephone calls traced. Is that clear?
You're the doctor, Mike.
Hello, Mr. Marlowe. What'll it be?
Make it a beer.
Beer. That'll be 20 cents.
Anchor Cafe.
I want to speak with Mr. Zimmerman, please.
Why, Mr. Zimmerman is out at the bar. I'll send someone to call him. Just hold the wire on it, please. This is it. Get out to that bar and have that call traced.
Are you through, mister?
Yes. Yeah.
Chief Operator, this is official 5-8. I want an incoming call traced on Geary 97571.
I'm sorry, sir. The party calling Gary 97571 has hung up. We can't trace your call.
It's hard to believe that a harmless-looking little pellet like this can bore a hole in a man 3 inches in diameter.
That baby was fired by a Mauser automatic, or some other German-made revolver.
German, huh?
Mike, you've got to do something about those newspaper men out there. We got a tip-off there was a shooting at the Anchor Cafe, and they're hot on the trail. I've used up all my alibis trying to steer them away.
Any more calls over the Zimmerman wire?
No.
Okay, it's my party. I'll talk to the reporters.
Hauser, yes. Oh, good morning. Just a minute. I call her. Rita, you're wanted on the phone.
Yes, Mother.
It's Mr. Kramer. Harry, dear. Good morning, Mr. Kramer. Well, all right. Well, I'll go to the bank first. Yes, I have the keys with me. Yes, I understand. You want the 2 sealed envelopes on top. I'm to put them in the office safe for, and you'll pick them up tonight. No, I won't mention it to anyone. But don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Have a nice trip. Goodbye.
You mean Kramer just decided to pack up and leave town? How long does he expect to be gone?
He didn't say.
He can't do that. If I don't post my bond by tomorrow morning, I'll lose the contract.
I knew I should have remembered to ask him something, but... Well, he spoke in such a peculiar manner that... Well, it just didn't occur to me.
Of course. It wouldn't occur to you. It's too trivial.
I promised Mother I'd be home early.
Oh, I'll get you home in time. But first, you've got to listen to me, Frida. I know I'm not the most important thing in Kramer's personal affairs. Only his leaving town this way without a word.
Isn't there someone else you could go to?
It's too late to start from scratch.
Oh, don't worry, darling. There'll be other chances, bigger contracts.
But this guaranteed our future.
I can wait, Jerry, if you can. I'm not complaining.
Maybe you aren't, but I am. Come on, I'll take you home.
Aren't you coming in? Mother expects you for dinner.
I'm sorry, Frida, but after what's happened, I'm a little upset. Have you any idea where I could locate Kramer before he leaves town?
Well, he's going to be in the office tonight. He's going to pick up something I left for him in the safe.
Say, maybe it still isn't too late. I'll see you later, Frida.
Who's there? Mr. Kramer? My name is Marlowe. I have a message for you.
Your name is Anna Kress. Yes, I've got that. Now go on. The shooting occurred at what address?
were you doing in that building?
I was in Mr. Kramer's office, officer.
That's room 210, isn't it?
It's on the second floor. Yes, I think it is. I was trying to get help.
Oh, you got him.
Can you identify this man?
Yes, I saw him run from Mr. Kramer's office when I was phoning headquarters.
Oh, but I can explain, officer.
Yes, I know. You'll have plenty of time to explain. Jim, you go up with this woman and check up on that shooting. I'll hang on to this guy.
Good evening, Mrs. Hauser. Sorry to bother you at this hour.
Well, that's all right. Come in, please.
I'd like a few words with Frida.
Frida? Is there anything wrong?
What's the matter, Mike?
I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Mr. Kramer was found dead in his office just a little while ago.
Dead. Oh, what happened?
Well, that's not all. We've made an arrest, and, for the first time in my life, I hope we haven't got the right man.
What are you trying to say, Mike?
Did you know that Mr. Kramer kept an unusually large sum of money in his office safe?
Money? Well, I put some envelopes there this morning at his direction. Why?
Did you tell anyone about it being there?
No, of course not. He asked me not to mention it to anyone.
Did Jerry Donovan know about the money?
Jerry? I don't think so. I might have told him, but I don't remember.
I'm afraid we'll need you for further questioning, Frida. Be in my office tomorrow morning.
What difference does it make if Jerry knows or doesn't?
Because we're holding him for murder. What are you trying to do, Jerry? Keep me here all night? Why can't you be on the level with me? Can't you understand I'm trying to help you?
May I have a cigarette, please?
Okay, I'll give you a rest.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Let's stop kidding each other. What'd you do with a gun?
I never had a gun at any time in my life.
Admitting you killed Kramer doesn't mean the gas chamber. Look, Jerry, there may be extenuating circumstances whereby you can beat the case. But when you tell me that you just dropped into Kramer's office, that's rubbing it in. Don't you realize that you were actually in that office when the cleaning woman was calling the police and that she's positively identified you?
Mike, that's probably all true. All I can say is that this woman is making an honest mistake when she places me in Kramer's office at the time he was killed.
So you're going to stick to that story?
I have to, because any other version of it would be untrue.
All right. But no jury's ever going to believe it.
Maybe not. But that's a chance I'll have to take.
Take him back to his cell. Think over what I said, and I'll see you in the morning.
Thanks, Mike. But that's the way it adds up.
Here's something interesting, Mike. The bullet that killed Kramer and the bullet that killed Zimmerman are identical. Here, take a look.
Do you think they were fired from the same gun?
Exactly. A Mauser with a slight defect in the bore. See those markings? They prove it conclusively.
Well, they are identical. That further complicates matters. Yes?
Miss Frida Hauser to see you, Chief.
Send her in. File those and notify the district attorney.
All right.
Good morning, Mike.
Hello, Frida.
Mike, can I see Jerry?
I'm sorry, Frida, but Jerry's being held incommunicado until he appears before the grand jury. How well did Jerry know Zimmerman?
You mean the man who was killed recently?
Yes.
Well, I don't know that Jerry and Zimmerman were acquainted. Why?
Frida, the man who killed Kramer also killed Zimmerman. We're holding Jerry for both murders.
Does Jerry admit knowing Zimmerman?
I haven't had a chance to talk with him yet. This new evidence only came up a few minutes ago.
Mike, this is a terrible mistake, I tell you.
In my work, I can't afford to be sympathetic. The evidence against Jerry is very definite, and I must act accordingly.
He'd confess if he were guilty. I know he would. I believe everything he told you.
It isn't enough to believe in his innocence. We must have facts to prove it. And so far, they're very much against Jerry.
You know he wouldn't kill anyone.
I know. There's one thing I'd like to be sure of. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, never. Why?
Does Jerry like to draw? Does he make sketches when he's nervous?
Well, I've never seen him sketch anything.
That sketch is vitally important, and it may solve these murders.
Oh, you've got to, Mike. You've got to.
I know how you feel, Frida. Why don't you go and see the district attorney? Maybe he'll give you permission to see Jerry.
Thanks. I will.
Drop this, sir.
Thank you.
Who is it?
Well, what happened, Doctor?
Something very serious. I was returning from dinner last night, and I saw them through the window. They broke in and searched the shop.
Kramer, no doubt.
Yeah. Kramer, no doubt.
Well, he won't bother you anymore.
What? You paid him a visit, too. I told you before, it is I, not you, who represents the Gestapo in this territory.
With 19 of your agents in federal custody, I can't say much for your leadership here, Doctor.
Had you listened to me and kept your gun in your pocket, this never would have happened. However, that is beside the point. I need help. Yeah. Money and transportation. At least $2,000 would be necessary.
Had you cooperated with me in my assignment, you would not now be cringing in this shack. We both have money and there'd be no suspicion.
You know perfectly well you could not complete your assignment. It was entirely too dangerous or too risky.
That was because of your carelessness.
I refuse to argue the point. The fact remains I must get out of San Francisco. And you are going to help me. Already the FBI has started.
Yes, I know. They've seized our funds. I'm afraid you misunderstand my intentions, Herr Doctor.
Yeah. I am beginning to understand. You propose to assume my leadership. Is that the idea?
Exactly. You've reached the end of your rope.
Yeah? Herr Marlow? You are a Schwein. A Schwein!
They wouldn't let me see Jerry. Oh, hello, Mr. Marlowe.
Hello, Miss Hauser.
Don't worry, darling. Everything will work out all right. I didn't want to ask you while he was here. Did Gorman find anything?
Mr. Gorman thinks Jerry is guilty. Oh, if there were only something I could do to help.
I'll get you some hot soup, honey. That will make you feel better.
Mother! Mother! Yes? I found it. He's in this house.
Frida, who? What?
It's Mr. Marlowe.
I don't understand.
I'm calling the police.
There's no need. Up those stairs, please, to your room. I think you'd better hurry.
I'm going up and get him.
No, Butch.
You call the police.
Make yourself comfortable, ladies, and silent. If you're so foolish as to make any outcries before I go, you will never leave this room alive.
It's all my fault, darling. I let that man scare me when he came here for the room. I should have gone to the police then.
You knew he was a murderer.
Oh, no, darling. But when he used those Gestapo methods, he threatened my family in Germany. I should have known that such a man could be guilty of anything.
Yes. That's something we all learn sooner or later. But in our case, we may have waited too long.
Oh, boy, what a punch.
Where's Frida and her mother?
Oh, gosh, I forgot about them.
All right, Butch. What's the matter with a little help?
You know what's the matter. What do you want me to do, break it again?
On who? You still got a good left, ain't you? Come on, get your nose out of that newspaper and carry something out.
Always making me work.
Don't you know by now that drawing things like that can get you into trouble?
Getting into this kind of trouble, I wouldn't mind.
Not bad at all. In fact, it's an inspiration.